Hobby Club friends and family. Good to have you guys here this morning with us. If you're new and you do not already subscribe, please subscribe. We promise you'll mostly like most of the things we do.
Probably.
And if you haven't liked the video, like the video. It helps us out immensely. It's
Yeah,
very easy. You just click one thing. Just do that real fast. Okay, so today we are already getting to work fulfilling a promise that we made yesterday of doing Gargant shit.
Doing Gargant shit. This isn't the Gargant shit. We are leading into the Gargant shit.
Yeah,
We're
so
doing more of the Gargant shit.
that's right.
But there's going to be a culmination of the Gargant shit at some point.
And the ultimate end result is that we will have a Gargant army.
Yeah.
And as part of the Gargant army, we want mini Gargants. Are you
Yes.
seeing what just happened?
I need to go get something.
And immediately knowing what it is without even having to look. Yeah, same. Okay. So we know that we want a Gargant army, and we know that we
Yep.
want Mancrushers in the
Yep.
Gargant army. And so we had 3 Mancrushers fully built. So we primed them up last night after the stream. We had a nice company dinner out at
We
Blue Line Pizza in Campbell, California.
There you go, look it up.
They did a nice job serving us. Our server was good.
Yep.
And we had different pizza and
was
Brussels
all right.
sprouts. Yeah, it was quite good.
to check
Blue Line Pizza actually is really good.
All right, we're working on
Okay.
Mancrushers
Yeah, so
today.
let's look at your Mancrusher. Actually,
We can have both
that
of
guy's
them.
cooler looking than
Go
these
ahead.
guys. Put this guy 1st
We'll do both. We'll do both.
You did
It's
both.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I
and
like
then
both of them.
we have actually
Stop
3.
It. They're all, yeah, 2 are the same, so I'm going to show off 2.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Hopefully this works.
Hopefully. Oh,
Nope.
What'd you do? Meg?
Yeah.
I'm sure
thanks.
this was my fault.
Well, it's just that you're the one that does the.
It was working before
cameras.
that started.
All right. Well,
It was working, and now it's
here
not.
we can do this.
Okay, cool.
There you go. Show off
Why
the.
don't you go tinker with it?
I'll go tinker with it.
And I'll hold it up to the camera in the meantime.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. Here, I can tinker with this.
Yeah,
really
actually,
quick.
try that right there.
I'll try it real fast.
The old unplug and plug back in again.
Hey, Rudy, here's what we need help with.
I don't think there's anything that.
Oops. Well, this is just me not being able to find the slot. That's what he said. Okay. That didn't work.
Something to.
Yeah. That's okay.
Okay.
I'll let you go tinker with the back side.
All right. That's always fun.
But I will come back to the front. All right. I don't know if you can see this, but we have a red Mancrusher. We have like a pale Mancrusher. So after the stream last night, we stayed up for a bit and I worked on the skin. We'll show you close up as soon as we get this working, because we will. We always get it working. Oh, now this is not working.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
Now nothing's working. Oh, bummer.
You're gonna have to.
I'm going to try. Here we go. Here we go. Nope. Nope. Well, now the other one's working.
The shoulder.
Yeah, the shoulder.
Yeah,
one's
yeah, that
working.
makes sense. Yeah.
All right. So I'll do shoulder stuff, and you can work on the front stuff. This is great. Okay. Well, now I think I only have one option.
Front stuff should be working.
All right. Where am I, dude? Okay. Sorry, you guys. This is great content.
There we go.
There it is. There it is. Okay. I'll let you do that. Anyways, here we go. Mine, that's good. Okay, cool. We're good.
Okay.
Let's go back to that.
There we go.
All right, cool. That only took like 1,000,000 minutes. Sorry, guys. Anyway, so this is what I'm working on. I wanted to do like a red guy. We have a certain someone in our server who's always doing red guy, so I thought I'd do a red guy.
Okay.
And yeah, my process, we'll go through the process. Why not? Okay, so I actually primed this thing white. Base coat of black red. Then went up Then I did a purple wash in the recesses.
These were actually through the airbrush, believe it or not,
Yeah,
folks.
I did all airbrush work.
Yeah, this is again one of the reasons I really enjoy Badger Patriots is that you can actually shoot AK through them, which is pretty insane for those of you who use AK and see how thick it is.
Yeah, I just ran it through, and it was nice because it was so thick, it came out real slow.
Yeah.
So it was easy to build up.
It only got kind of
slowly.
hard when you get to like bones and ivories and stuff. Apparently, are like one of the most pigmented.
Yeah.
And then it actually does struggle with that a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, purple. Then I went in with vermilion to bring out the reds a bit more. For like, the highlights and stuff, all this nonsense. After vermilion was a bit of cadmium red. Yeah, and that brought it up even further. I did a few spots of, I just grabbed whatever white was in front of me. It was pearl white. So I grabbed some pearl white to do these like little spots of highlights. And then the last step was Blood Angel's red contrast over the top. So that's how I got the skin here. So moving on, I'm pretty happy with it. Today I'm going to focus on like details in the skin. Maybe I'll work on the leather some more. I'm keeping the leather real easy, just bright, a wash, some edge highlights, and dry brushing.
With Meg wanting to do red, the other two I thought one they were kind of we actually got these from somebody else who put them together.
Yes.
And
so there definitely are mold lines that I didn't catch.
There's a lot.
Usually I catch when I build, but since I didn't build, I missed a lot of them. So sorry, guys.
Right. We decided to make the other two brothers. So you got this red demon guy and these two creepy brothers. And
thanks for the hearts.
I kind of came up with this idea that we have a King Broad finished already. I painted a King Broad forever ago.
Twins.
We kind of came up with this idea of making these three, rather than like, a lot of times I think that when they make Mancrushers, when people paint them, they think of them as like inferior versions of Gargants, which they are, of course. But
they're baby Gargants.
But I kind of want to instead to give them this take that they're like, these three are almost like little horrible monsters that Broad summoned to help them out. And so like, are they tainted by chaos a little bit? Maybe. We don't know.
These
but
look a little nurgly.
They're, I actually think they look a little corn-esque.
Well, mine looks corn.
These guys are going to look corn too by the time I'm done with them.
To me, these look nurgly because they're here's the process
I'm gonna put some red like war paint.
Sure. Oh, the war paint. Yeah.
And stuff that's gonna make them look nurgly.
But their skin.
Yeah.
So they started with a base coat of what is this? Cacophony purple.
Gnome.
All right.
Should make some bags for
I
their.
love that. I would love to.
No command. No, can't use commands if they have a bag on their head.
So cacophony purple, and then a wash of Way Watcher green in the crevasses.
That's a that I don't think
you can kind of see it peeking through now. We did take pictures along the way. I was gonna save them for Instagram, so I'll put them up on our Instagram if you're curious. After this, I'm like, oh, please hold.
I was just gonna say that Way Watcher green. I'm not sure exists as a color anymore, so that's probably a contrast.
That's all right, like just a green.
Yeah.
Then I not washed. I airbrushed over it with a blonde highlight, and this sort of like brought together the green and the purple and gave it like an actual flesh color so it didn't just look like a cartoon. And then the highlights from there were creamy ivory. So then I just went in and blasted like a few of the higher spots with a creamy ivory, and that's how we got here.
Yeah, that's his ball sack gnome. Good call out.
Yeah, nice bulge.
Now I will point out this.
Full of shit, actually.
You can see this guy's ball sack is covered with a loincloth.
Yeah, he's got protection.
I was involved
in the
partially
nuts.
in the building of these. It was Bridger and I really encouraged Bridger to leave the loincloth off every now and then to expose the ball sack because
here.
It's kind of amazing.
I'm gonna definitely go in with some yellow in the butt. My leather. Yeah.
By the way, these guys have.
All right, here you go. Sorry.
These guys have a rule called where they stuff something in their pants.
Yeah.
And it like kills a 1-wound model.
What?
Horrible idea with a lot of the 1-wound models out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can you imagine stuffing a witch elf in your pants?
I can't.
She's gonna open up his sack. I would not want to do that.
As one does.
Stuffing
all right.
a pine marten in your
So,
pants.
what's up with our poll today?
Okay, so our poll today, folks at home, is we had so much fun in our 2v2 yesterday that we're already starting to think about our next 2v2. Now, there's a lot.
Be right back. Let's go to front view really quick.
Oh yeah,
there's
a lot of options here of what we could do for our next 2-on-2, but I decided to make it kind of fun and come up with some interesting pairings. So, can anyone guess what Vengeful Spirits is when I say Vengeful Spirits?
The freaking Night Haunt.
I'll give everybody a couple seconds. Boy, you're guessing two factions that are going to team up together.
Okay, Night Haunt.
And then Angry Chaos. And then we have Disease. Okay, and then we have Greenskins versus Vampires. That one should be pretty easy and is clearly winning, and maybe that's why it's winning so well. Nighthaunt plus Ideneth is a good guess. Not quite. That's it. Appleberry got it. Sylvaneth and Nighthaunt. I of course think about the people involved in, and this would be me and John versus Angry Chaos. So you got to think about what does that mean. Okay.
Oh, that'd be Vino, huh? Corn?
Well, Vino is...
We're like, Vino, you're coming up.
We love Vino, but we have Brad, who lives nearby as part of our team
right.
and
he
has a
plays
full corn
That's
army.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I'm just...
I forgot. You know what was so funny in our goals yesterday? I don't know if you guys caught this. If you go back and scrub. When we showed the stretch goal that was like tournament or narrative, the picture in there shows Vino and not John.
We forgot John.
John should be in there.
John, who's like after me on the most game streams.
I kind of put Vino in there as a joke, so Vino would be like, "Wait, what? Like, am I part of this?" Yeah. But then I totally missed John, and I felt really bad.
Okay, so then Angry Chaos is Khorne and Slaves to Darkness. Disease is actually Skaven and Nurgle, so that would be Brad, and both of those two pairings would be Brad and Saray. So these two games up here would be me and John versus Brad and Saray. Okay, then you get Greenskins versus Vampires.
Hey, John.
Greenskins, I think everybody can guess, will be Saray's Ironjaws and my Spider Riders versus Vampires, probably John playing Flesh Eater Courts and Meg playing Soulblight.
Oh.
Okay, then we have Reclaimers versus Ghost and Ghouls. So for this one, I think it would be Meg and Brett playing Seraphon and Cities versus John and I playing Nighthaunt and Flesh Eater Courts. So vote what you think is fun now that you know a little bit more about the pairings.
Those of you that already voted, sorry.
Well, you can change your vote.
No, you can't.
You can't.
It's too late.
Yeah.
Not allowed to do that anywhere.
Yeah, so anyway, these are the options. Let us know what you think. And I should say real quick, it's of course this is going to be subject to availability of people. So we'll do the one where we can get people to do it.
Well,
and
we'll have to do a lot with scheduling too.
Exactly, that's what I mean. And we won't be there too soon. We're gonna give it some time.
Yeah, but I'm gonna make up a checklist graphic, and we'll keep track with that. Make sure we don't hold out on you bozos. We like to keep our promises here. But yeah, we'll get that one done soon. The other one we'll get done soon is the outlet.
Hey Siri, set a timer for 2.5 minutes.
Oh, is that where we're at?
And 30 seconds, starting now.
Okay, so Polly, thanks for your super chat. Did I miss it? No, I didn't miss it. Zach can't talk. Bag Zach. Thanks, Polly. I think this is like a good segue into memes. We'll take the bag off at the end of memes. How's that? So it's just gonna be me talking through memes, which is rough.
Wait, that's not fun.
Too bad. You got the bag on. Thanks, Polly. Again, yeah, we'll get to why Zach's wearing a bag on his head, and it's making it hard for him to paint. But anyways, memes. It's the news. This is what's been going on in our Discord, Scuttlebutt. This is Dan's. Dan was working on a husky, like, model, and showed it to his husky, and I think offended his husky a little bit. What do you think, Zach? All right, cool. This one I think is from Soups. So there was a joke for a while that nobody knew who Saray was. Everyone knows who I am, and everyone knows you as my husband. But that's about it. We kept calling Vino Noah because we do this thing with him. Like in person, Vino's our mod, lives in Southern California. We see him a lot. When we see him in person, we try to use his real name because we don't want to be weird. Like in public, you know, it's weird to call somebody by a name that nobody else knows them by. So we call him Noah. But nobody else calls him Noah except for his like actual friends. So that's the joke. We did get to hang out with Vino/Noah at Old Town Throwdown 2 weekends ago now. It's been a busy month. So, hey Liberty. So yeah, Vino is actually Noah. We have outed him. These are you. I don't know why this happened. Like, oh, well, Ted was recently editing like videos for the Mandro classes. I don't know if this is uploaded yet. Ted, you can upload these. We're too slow. And then I don't remember why they're picking on you for olive oil again either. Hey Siri, stop the timer. No, he's keeping it on. Wasn't that last weekend? Yeah, sorry. This is this weekend. Last weekend was last weekend. I'm already thinking about it in like terms of weeks. I love the Patsy meme too. Yeah, it's great. I don't know why we have this big one. I know we've seen it with like Nolan oil and other things, but did you make a salad, an oily salad or something recently? What'd you do? What is time? Sippin' cream. That should be a bottle of sippin' cream. Who made this meme? My goodness. Okay, yesterday we played the video where that Team Fun won best video at Old Town Throwdown with the video we won best video with at Old Town Throwdown. And Polly was like, oh, look, content creators recycling their content. And in my head, I was like, F you, Polly. I just want to make sure everyone sees it because it's amazing. And so now we're referring to it again, damn it. But yeah, I when I win stuff, I jump. I goof around and like I get really excited and I turn into like a 10-year-old again and I jump around. And so Zach got this really amazing picture of it. And it's in memes now, and these are my favorite ones, I guess. Yeah, there's nothing else to say about that, because apparently you've seen it enough times, Polly. Yeah, Zach agrees. Journeys. This is a blame Meg thing. I can only blame myself. I really like Journeys. Journeys was always this show we had where it was just one of us, and we just worked on whatever we wanted, and we ran the show however we wanted, and hung out one-on-one with you guys. But the only time I have in my schedule is 6 a.m., like most days, because we stream every day that I have off. So I was like, I'm either going to do it at 6 a.m. or I'm not going to do it at all, and I am doing it at 6 a.m. on Fridays, and Polly and Ty, these are both works of Ty, like to give me shit for it, which is fun. So I do enjoy that. I'm glad there's like a different crowd on at that time because it's a weird time. And so it's nice to be able to hang out with more of you than I would normally. Okay, the star of the show, the bag. Yes, so last night was our 10,000 subscriber stream. 11,700 points was on the table. Actually, probably not all at the same time because I know I lost a model immediately, turn one. But yeah, it was super fun. And we had a lot of stretch goals. The stretch goals were to, well, it's a lot. And I guess I could throw it up. I don't know. Why not? Is it this one? Yeah. These were the stretch goals. We hit all of them except for the mystery 10K one. That one was, if we hit that, I would have gotten the hobby collab logo tattooed on my butt. I would have done it. I might still do it, but I won't. But I would have done it and it would have been fun. But we did hit all of these stretch goals. So that happened yesterday. And we also had a happy hour menu, and one of the items on the happy hour menu was to pay $40, thanks Polly, and the player of your choice would have to wear the bag on their head for a phase and not be able to talk, so they couldn't talk to their partner. It was great fun. We all went through it, but except for Zach. Zach did not have to wear the bag because he wasn't on stream, and now he's doing it. So at the end of memes, he'll get to take it off, which is nice. Let's see. This one is Barry. Do you guys remember this? It's what's that movie? American Beauty. Yeah, the bag floating in the air, right? Okay, and this is Soups. And one left is Yusuf. There we go. So, yay bag. We have to bring it back. It was a great success. Our fans, everyone liked it. All right, Zach, you're done. Was there anything you wanted to add to that?
No, I don't really remember. There was something actually, and then I couldn't remember.
Oh no, Zach couldn't talk. No hot takes during.
Oh
memes.
no, I know. Well, I just want to say Vino's kind of funny with like calling him Vino or Noah because like Vino sounds like a name that could be someone's. It means
It
wine,
could be
but
a name.
it could
yeah.
be. It could maybe be somebody's last name,
Yeah.
or and Vino looks like a Mediterranean mix enough that he could be Italian, or it could be like a nickname that someone got in college. Or something that you call people.
It doesn't sound super weird, so.
I always remember when we first had back in Titans days, and we had Vino over, and we had digital designer over.
And I was like,
yeah, I'm not calling you digital
James.
designer in
James,
public. Yeah,
yeah.
so we call him by saying. But Vino, you kind of like
Yeah.
can just keep going. You're like it doesn't like Vino, Noah.
it's fine, yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, Polly was all about silencing us. I think he just wants us to shut up.
Saray, yeah, but yet also wants to tune into us.
I know, right? He's so confused.
Saray, you don't want to play with me, Iron Jaws and Spider Gloom
No
Spike
more
gets
undead. No, we have to because of death.
versus Meg and John playing
Oh my god.
Flesh Eater Course and Soul Blight.
Flesh Eaters and Soul Blight on the same side doesn't seem like a good idea.
Why not?
There's just so many models.
Well, there doesn't have to be. Both those. I mean, John's been playing a Elite Flesh Eater Course list.
That's true. Yeah. Actually, that'd be great because every time I mess up, I wouldn't mess up because John would be like, actually, let's do this. And I'd be like, great. You know what you're doing. You'll help me.
Well, he'll just be, keep in mind.
Keep in mind. Yeah. So helpful.
All right, I'm working on these guys' clubs. I'm doing kind of my classic redwood recipe because I thought that that would actually be, in particular, good here because I do want to get like reds into these guys to sort of match with Meg's guy, their buddy. Okay, let's.
Their buddy.
Yeah. These three little
Are
demonic.
they actually like nice to each other?
I don't know.
I can't imagine that they are.
Probably not.
Oh, you know what's funny? It's not funny, but these here we can show what I'm doing, I guess. These dudes on the back in the bag, I know they're just plastic, but I look at them and my heart breaks a little bit. I'm like, wait, they have families. Don't at least break their necks first so they don't have to know what's coming. I get really sad.
I mean, I feel like, yeah, I guess. I feel like...
You're like, all right, calm down.
I feel like it'd be easy to get out of that bag. Also,
they'd fall and break their legs.
Also, he's wearing it into combat. There's a high likelihood that this Gargant's going to get killed in combat, and he'll
squish him. He'll fall on him.
He'll either fall on him if
That
he's
sucks too.
unlucky, or maybe he'll be able to make his escape.
I need to play a game that isn't so sad. No, I get sad for these little characters.
I know Sigmar is the less sad game.
I know. Warhammer 40K. I'm just like depressed. I don't know the healer thing. The healer thing.
Oh, the Night Haunt.
The Night Haunt thing is really depressing. I think.
Well,
That makes me legitimately sad.
What about the Blade Geist Revenants? They're trapped in the final moments of they're trapped in they're flailing around crazily because they're trapped in the final moments of their
I know.
life for eternity.
I know. It's really sad.
And Nagash like harvests that to turn them into like killing machines.
Yeah.
The models themselves are actually based off people are kind of based off criminals that were on a ship that then got sunk, and they're drowning and they're in their chains and stuff. And
I know, it's sad. I have a lot of emotions. I have a high capacity for empathy. We'll say. How was it being in the bag, Zach?
It was fine, actually. It was peaceful. You kind of get your own little world in there.
It's true. I liked it too. I was like, cool, I don't have to partake in any of these difficult decisions.
Yeah, you just kind of tune out.
Yeah.
You can just make little pantomime motions.
That was the best part, was watching people trying to communicate to each other. John was pretty great. John with his Italian accent, Italian bag accent.
Okay. Well, anyway, wow, greenskins versus vampires is really running away with it. People want to see the classic matchups.
So, sorry, what would green skins be again?
I would play my Gloomspike Gits, and
Okay.
Saray would play his Iron Jaws.
Okay.
Orcs and goblins.
Yeah. Would you bring a spider?
Oh, I mean, I have to. That's what I have. It'd be all spiders.
Well, I don't know if you're going to paint new stuff.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
It could also be Brad. If Brad has his...
It's true, yeah.
Depending when we do it, if the new Wolf Guys are out, it could be Wolf Guys and Saray, Brad and Saray versus you and John.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, we have to make make Brett produce a really long game. I think that's going to be a tough ask for anyone other than you, me, or Saray to be the producer on a
6-hour game.
6-hour game.
Yeah. How long were you guys thinking the game was going to go yesterday? Because I thought it went about as long as I thought.
It was in
would
the
go.
realm. It was in the realm of where I thought it would be.
Although we were talking about how early in the game there was like this, we all kind of thought, oh, this is over. Like, really early on, it looked like things were done. And I don't remember for who. I think for us.
No, I mean, when you double turn them...
When we double turned, yeah.
I thought that could be a big problem. And then they double turned
we double
you.
turned. It was 3 total double turns.
There were 3 double turns in that game.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
Double turns kind of beget more double turns because people go down on points.
We
So
don't care anymore.
right. So once you
like, all right,
once
we're
you
murdering.
don't have the points from a battle, if it's a close game, your opponent's either like, well, I could try to get up on points here, real awesome, and or I could just try to stay on the board and stay alive, which is usually the better option.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't put elves in any of the votes yet because I definitely want to do Daughters and Lumineth or Deepkin and Lumineth versus something. But the Lumineth aren't quite ready yet, and I don't know if they'll be ready by the...
Did you see what I just did?
I did. But instead of painting over it, you could...
It's gonna be fine.
Instead of painting over it, you could maybe put like a some war paint, like a tattoo symbol there or something.
On the underside of his belly?
Well, have it like start there. Have it like start there and go
I don't
up.
want to be trapped by that.
I
so I'm gonna cover it, and if I want to, I'll do it myself. I cleaned my brush and my coffee, you guys, and I drank some coffee. It's ridiculous.
Yes. Here, I guess I have to read Saray since he wrote a thing.
I guess.
Yeah, Saray said, "What about orcs versus?"
Pierce this.
What about orcs versus goblins? Wolf riders. Sorry, I gotta think about this now. Can you read his thing?
How about orcs versus goblins? Wolf guys, Gloom Spike Gits versus...
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Iron Jaws
Iron
and...
Jaws are Cruel Boys. Okay,
And Cruel
thanks.
Boys, yeah. Yeah.
Don't worry.
The only thing is right now, Brad does have Cruel Boys, I think, but our Cruel Boys player is Andrew, and I'm not like... I could ask Andrew, hey, Andrew, want to do a 6-hour stream? he might be down for it. I'll be honest. But it feels weird asking a guest to do a
6 hours.
to do a stream like that. So we can ask him though. Orcs versus goblins would be cool.
Mm-hmm. What's the lore there? Why would they be fighting each other?
Because they're stupid idiots who fight each other.
Well, what are they fighting over? What stupid, idiotic thing are they fighting over?
I mean, honestly, orcs and goblins would probably fight each other just to fight each other for, like, wanting to fight each other.
Okay. So it just felt like it.
Yeah, they're destruction forces. I mean...
I know that scene in Lord of the Rings when, what happens? Like, Frodo wakes up and...
They're fighting the
They
goblin.
start fighting over the
mithril shirt.
It's before he wakes up, yeah. And then, like, they're just like, hey, that guy tried to kill me. And I'm like, no, he's the good guy, kind of, in this scenario. And they murder him. I like it. It's just chaos.
Yeah.
No one cares.
Yeah.
There's no justice.
Yeah, that's pretty much why they would fight, to answer your question.
All right. So we'll say that somebody tried to steal a dragon scales shirt. Goblins throwing off the chains of their oppressors.
Oh yeah, and we could have it on our goblin board too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the orcs could be
I
trying
want the
to
train there.
The orcs could be trying to do a raid on the to steal the still.
Can you imagine 6 hours of the train?
No, we can't do that with the train until we get better tracks for it.
Well, we gotta go do that then. Need another trip to the train store.
Yeah, it's not like getting better tracks for the train is hard. We just need to go do it.
Yeah. There we go, Rudy. Rudy's like, no more train.
Yeah, nobody likes your stupid train.
No. Even I like the train now.
The train's good. I think people like it.
You don't like it.
I don't. Well, I do, but it's a pain in the butt.
You're like, what have I created?
We just need Gnome. Actually, Gnome, I don't know if I told you. I ordered the second one. It grew brilliantly. It was beautiful, and then it corresponded with Meg and I going on this. I didn't really have a sense of, and like okay. This is like, there's nothing Gnome your company can do about this problem. But you order a mushroom, it shows up, and then it's like you have to care for it, and then it's fast, and then suddenly it's like, oh man, now I need to eat it. So it kind of puts you on this like timer. But we had a trip to Monterey, and it literally was like I asked you when I should harvest it, and you're like, oh yeah, harvest it today or tomorrow. I was like, well, I'm going to Monterey tomorrow morning. So I harvested it, but I gave it to Brett and Leah, who used it to make both an omelet and a stir fry, and they said it was amazing. So I'm gonna try one more time.
Oh my god.
I think it's a pretty good price. And then Gnome, I wasn't able to get a second growth out of it, and I think the reason, well, one,
I mean, we left.
I was in Monterey, and I wasn't able really to work on it. And then two, I think when I harvested, I might have pulled too much of the substrate out of it. And so, I think those two things played a factor in that. I did try when I got back from Monterey to get it to go, but it didn't take. So I'm going to try one more time, at least. I think it's a pretty good deal, honestly, to get one of these things sent to you. If you value mushrooms, if you like them, if you want to have them in your cooking, you get kind of a lot. Like I said, Brett and Leah were able to make like two full. I saw pictures of both. It was like two full dishes. The stir fry had leftovers. So yeah, I'm excited to try again. I think I'll probably get the pink one, the pink oyster, one more time, and try that before I try anything new. Before I move on to new ones. Okay, club mostly done. Tone it back down with a little bit of red wash.
Did you want to show it off or anything? Or
let me do this step
okay.
first. Yeah, let me do this step first.
Okay.
Meg, did you enjoy our large 2-on-2 game?
It was super fun, yeah. Yeah, I had a great time. It felt like a party all day. And we were talking yesterday when we went out to dinner. Everyone was kind of like this, like, we're so tired. It helps you forget how tired you are. Towards the end, though, I don't know if anyone noticed, but like John and I were just kind of in the back, like, Most of our stuff's dead. We're just gonna chill. We're not gonna stress out right now. Soups. Yeah, he's gonna order one. But yeah, I had a really good time. I'm like, this is how I want to play Warhammer, actually. Just so all the decisions aren't mine. It takes the stress off. I keep reaching for my coffee cup to wash my brush out in. What's the deal with that, guys?
Well, your coffee cup's a lot more conveniently. Maybe move the coffee cup over there.
I'm like, here's my arm. It should go right here. Instead, I'm like reaching across for it. It's weird, right?
It is weird. It's
so
weird.
It's
it is weird.
I've got to eat my paint. Got to do it. Oh, I messed that up. Oh well.
Yeah. You're like a.
What?
Never mind.
Oh.
I was gonna make fun of Monument Hobbies using the same joke for 2.5 years now.
Oh, really? I know. I don't know anyone else that reuses their jokes over and over and over. And
well,
puts them into the ground.
Well, if you have a collection, then you can rotate around. Mm-hmm. Hey guys, don't eat the paint. Did we make a joke about this? Did we do a video on this already? Don't eat the paint.
This is why you should have 2 copies. Listen, what I'm saying is this solution wouldn't work because this is what should work. I'm not going to go here to whatever. Sometimes I'm like, I liked it better when it was just Zach on camera because then everyone was always on my side.
What do you mean?
Now I have the hot takes too sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Or dumb decisions.
Yeah, a lot of dumb decisions.
They can see them.
Dumb decisions, choices, people telling you one thing, you do the other. All kinds of... I'm just kidding. Yes, okay, club's done. Well, I need to do the gravestone. I knew the wood itself is done. I've got my wood recipe down. I sometimes do add a little bit of Anthonian camo shade to the redwood to give it, like, darken it back up. But the Anthonian camo shade also kind of implies life, so I like to do that to actual trees, redwood trees. Well, I do it to clubs and stuff. It's like moss growing on it. It's kind of the implication. Oh, that would actually look cool if I put a little bit of actual textured moss on, like just a small amount. If you overdo it, it looks pretty stupid. Okay, what should I move on to next?
I don't know, but do you want me to put your little club up or no?
Yeah, because we are looking into a different type of mic. We wouldn't actually do another big stream with the setup we had yesterday, or at least I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, it was annoying me when we were rewatching it, and I was like, "Dang it, this stinks," but that's part of growing pains, I guess.
The problem with it is also that we did a test stream before and it was fine, and there are large chunks of the stream that are totally fine. So there's as far as if it's it's hard to know what's actually causing the issue, but it's whatever it is someone out of our control.
So it's best to just like we talked about doing the boom mic because we're like we can't fix this. So.
Okay, here, Meg, I can show what...
Yeah, let's do that.
And it's got a little gloss satiny because it's a Citadel wash, but once we get a... that's kind of how I like to do my wood. Yeah, once we get a...
That's how you like to do your wood?
Yeah, red wood like that. Especially for... like I said, I kind of want red elements to match your guys' your dude's skin a bit. Okay, moving on. Yeah, I think I'm going to move on to...
Okay. What was I doing? Oh, right. Dry brush.
Oh, I know.
A little bit of dry brush.
A little bit of black red.
Oh, I don't have my dry brush.
You said I could have.
Yep. Did I? Because I had to fix
No,
something.
yeah. That's fine.
Jeez.
Yeah, I want to have kind of this black red AK as the basis for the leather on these guys.
Oh my gosh. If the GoPro was on Bartok right now, you would just see his view of like staring out the window.
That's what he's doing right now?
That's all he's doing. He's just staring out the window at our neighbors, I guess.
Yeah.
What's the basing scheme for the army? Dude, I don't know.
It's it's pretty basic. Here's one. It's the same as my Beast Claw Raiders.
There you go.
Yeah. And that doesn't have any snow or tufts or anything on it yet, but that's pretty much it.
It's pretty basic.
Yeah. It's actually, for the most part, the same as the Beast Claw Raiders, but less snow. Surrey is what I do.
Oh yeah, where's the GoPro gonna be on Bartok? Like, we need Brett in here to answer this question. I want it on his little head.
Of course, yeah. It has to be like his vision.
It has to be on his little. He's gonna be so mad at us.
Yeah, I'm excited to do this, and I know we're gonna make it work. But I am
God,
very
poor little
curious
Bartok.
about how Bartok's.
Bartok will put up with it.
Yeah, because he's
okay. He's pretty
these days
forgiving.
These days he's gotten pretty chill about those kinds of things.
Yeah. He puts up with it.
Yeah.
He puts up with me. He loves me. Nobody loves me like Bartok.
Yeah, I think
Zach's nervous.
I think we're planning on doing this pretty soon.
Yeah.
Honestly, over break probably.
Probably, yeah. That would make most sense. We got to do it when we have time to clean our apartment. Mm-hmm. And to actually film it, and then we're gonna edit out the parts that are privacy concerns. We'll say. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then the rest, you guys get to see all of it, all of Bartok's grand adventure. His day out or day in. He's so cute. I would want to watch it if I didn't have Bartok in my life. Are you going to make some music for it, Zach?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, good.
I don't know if I'll make music for it, but we'll have some light music going on in the background.
Yeah, we need to do that. I don't know if you guys knew this, but Zach writes music.
Writing music takes a lot of time.
Actually, I like the way stippling is going. Oh, shit. Except for that.
Meg, are you excited to play Gargants?
I think so, yeah. I'm also excited. See, this doesn't have... Okay, this is where I'm like noticing something nice about Bear Cavalry paints. Like, you have a while to work with them before, because they reactivate a bit until they like, yeah, I can't fix that. So if I get Bear Cavalry paint on something, I can clean it off. Like, I have time to clean it up. I don't have to do it right away. But with these paints, it's like you get it now or you forever hold your peace kind of thing.
I see.
Yeah. Which is, I think, normal. But now I've gotten
acrylics
used to
dry
it.
pretty fast,
Right. That's the normal way that they work. I've just gotten used to working with the Bear Cavalry that I'm like, damn it, I don't have time for this. I have to deal with it now. So there you go. There's something. Some people like that. Some people don't.
Overall, I think there's no downside. I mean, fast dry time is convenient, but it's not like Bear Cavalry is taking hours to dry.
No.
So it's hard. Overall, I think like too fast of a dry time, which if I'm honest, I mean, this is AK. I mean, I feel like this AK is basically going on dry. And I'm pulling it off of a wet palette.
Yeah.
And I feel like it pretty much is like dry when it like hits the model. Yeah, I just made a mistake here and have to try to fix it.
Yeah, I mean, that's standard. There's pros and cons, right? When it reactivates, you can pull it into the paint that you're trying to lay down.
Right.
Which that's not always bad. When I was doing that with my Lumineth, it worked out because I was like, oh, they're ethereal. They're going to kind of like reflect their own colors into their stuff anyway because they're glowy or whatever, right? So I was like, that kind of works. But you don't always have a lore reason for why that should be the way it is. All right, if I have to, I'll go in with another bit of purple wash here. But anyways, just write the 24th of original music for Bartok Adventures.
24 hours of
24 hour, yeah.
Yeah. No, I probably will not do that.
You're not gonna write 24 hours worth of music?
I mean, it would be a loop.
Okay.
But also no.
I hope you appreciate it. I missed the big train modeler event in the next village over this weekend for this. For this? This stream? All right. I mean, thanks. I don't know. Is that a big loss in your life?
Yeah, seems like he didn't want to go to begin with.
Yeah, this is what he missed it for. How's our poll doing?
Good. We have really somebody pulling ahead.
Oh.
Not just winning, but even with a majority among a vote of 4 different things. So I don't see anything catching up to this. People like the classics. The classics are classics for a reason.
Vampires, that's a classic.
Well, it feels very old world, I guess, compared to the other ones. That's for sure.
I guess so.
With factions that more or less have come from old world, not exactly Iron Jaws. But others, right?
Yeah.
Gloom Spikets and, goblins and orcs versus vampires.
I wouldn't have thought versus vampires. I guess is sort of my.
Well, yeah. You don't think of those forces
I'm
fighting
like, that's
each other.
not a classic matchup that I traditionally think of.
You don't traditionally think of those two fighting each other, but they are both very much old world.
Right, like classic
concepts.
in the sense.
Classic fantasy.
Yeah, Age of Sigmar.
Yeah, like Sylvaneth and Nighthaunt are both very new kind of Sigmar concepts.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Yeah, definitely not true, Chris. Those streams actually do pretty well whenever we show the Nighthaunt. It's kind of funny how different factions do on different streams.
Didn't know.
And whenever a faction's doing well competitively, the streams tend to also do very well. And that's just a reality. No, that's not Nuln. So I don't have it. That's brown.
That's okay. It's dark brown.
The streams tend to do well, which, to your point, pros and cons. We don't mind having audience members who are more competitive minded at all, but
as long as they're nice to us.
Well, it's kind of a balance. We don't want to only show super competitive lists. The other kind of funny thing really about Nighthaunt is I think that coming from like a 40K world, we really have this idea that there are these like awful broken boogeymen in Sigmar, and Nighthaunt do have a very good win rate right now. I don't know that they're actually truly that busted. Same with Tzeentch. Like you'd lose to when I played Graham, I got wrecked. I think if I played him again, I'd probably still get beat. But I think you kind of learn how to play against the thing. Nighthaunt are tough, but they're very beatable. They do have weaknesses for sure. But if your army, they probably have some pretty tough matchups. For Nighthaunt, I can say for sure, both Tzeentch and Nurgle are very tough matchups because of their burning and their disease.
What are we talking about today? We had a segment. I'm trying to remember what it
We do have a
was.
segment,
I don't
yeah.
even know.
Sorry, I'm just.
You're fine.
I'm actually painting this guy's ball sack
having-
right now.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with that. I'm having a good time painting this, so I'm not being a good host or anything like that.
No, that's fine. Yeah, that's
I'm
kind of how.
usually not anyway.
That's kind of how I feel, Saray. But actually, after you beat them, or after you play them a few times, I think you can start to get to know how to beat them. I think another problem Nighthaunt have is that the edition started off with this fascination. We kind of pivoted from third ed, where we were always trying to bump up our damage stat, to trying to bump up our rend stat, and that really worked exactly in Nighthaunt's favor because
They don't care about rend.
yeah, they don't care about rend. I'm up to rend 3 against monsters here. It's like, well, Nighthaunt don't have monsters, so that's a bad example. But if you get up to rend 3 against infantry, it doesn't matter in Nighthaunt. Which is a thing. I mean, if anything, they're very balanced by the fact that they have a lot of just one wound models, which also has some advantages, especially for rally. Okay,
Yes.
let's move on to our segment for the day. Are you ready, Meg?
I guess so.
Okay, I like to go on Wikipedia rabbit holes,
Yes.
and one of the things that I like to do when
Tell me about it when I'm trying to fall asleep.
I don't really think I do that very often, do I? Is that a thing that happens often?
No.
Not too often, right?
Teasing you. Taking the piss, Zach.
I was thinking that one of the things, one of the things I was just a little thrown off by that. One of the things I like to, I often end up kind of looking at is like a large version of something, and kind of thinking about like this concept of if something is big for what it is, it can be kind of scary. So, we'll talk about what I mean when we go through some examples here. But think about very big things. So we're thinking about Gargants, and in particular, if you look at a Mega Gargant, you look at some of the artwork Games Workshop has with Mega Gargants. It's pretty terrifying actually to think about these things. There's a really cool piece of artwork with Mega Gargants for Sigmar, where Stormcast are Gargants are attacking a village and or a city, and then you have the Stormcast like riding in to fight them.
Yeah.
On like chariots and like their creatures and stuff. And like one of the Gargants is like queued up like a baseball bat, and he's just gonna
Terrifying.
He doesn't care about destroying the buildings or the Stormcast.
Level.
He's just gonna swing in the general vicinity where there's
how I
Stormcast.
play.
Right, and that's why
Perfect.
that's kind of why they hit on 4s, right? They don't really care.
They're not really taking aim. They're just swinging. Around like
but
a bunch of morons.
if you guys know that artwork I'm talking about, it's actually very like terrifying looking because there's like 2 or 3 Gargants, and the one in the front is the one I'm saying he's like queuing up to take this huge swing, and it's very scary. So I was thinking about things that are really big and how that's kind of scary. You'll get the gist of this here, and let's talk about it. And in chat, tell me other things that shouldn't be this big but are kind of big. Meg, do you know what the biggest animal that ever existed is?
Is it the Megalodon?
No, it is actually the
It is
blue whale.
right? Yeah,
right. This
okay.
was so Meg and I each named some things.
I couldn't remember if it was the blue whale because it is now, or like it's something else has happened to be bigger than
We
blue
always
whale, but
imagine that there are some
That's
bigger
pretty cool, though.
ancient prehistoric thing.
like certain things survived, and we're like, I'm gonna stay big. In fact, I'm gonna get even bigger because there's nothing in between me and the next like biggest group of things.
Blue whales are crazy in their
big.
size. I've never seen one in person, at least not that I know of.
How would we?
Maybe whale watching or something like that.
I don't think they're common.
I don't think so either.
Like when I've gone whale watching, I've seen humpback whales.
Right.
or
So
gray whales.
I included this chart.
Where's me? There's me down at the bottom
Yeah.
under the 7.
Right.
Freaking! You could live inside a blue
No,
whale.
not the 7. The
No,
line
under
of
the
people.
7? Oh yeah, you're right. There it is. Okay. Still, you could live in a blue whale.
What I thought was what with this chart, what put it in perspective for me is actually a humpback whale.
Yeah.
So they
'Cause
show
I've
you.
seen a humpback
They show you a humpback whale. It's maybe a little bit over a third of the size of a big whale of a blue whale.
Crazy. Almost half, yeah.
And
Looks like
that's
a
insane.
third. I don't know. Yeah, that is crazy. That's terrifying. Whales are funny. So the first time I ever thought of a whale being scary was after watching Castaway. When Tom Hanks is floating, too bad if there's spoilers. This is an old movie. He's floating on the ocean by himself, and a whale goes by underneath. And I was with my boyfriend at the time, and I was like, oh, that'd be so cool to like see a whale up close. Like that's one of those like little moments that this guy got to have that nobody else would ever have, right? Because of his situation. And my boyfriend was like, that looks terrifying. I wouldn't want to be anywhere near that thing. He froze up like in his seat, like he's very scared. And I was like, oh, yeah, I guess so. It would be scary. But like whales wouldn't go and attack you.
Yeah, they're
like,
aggressively peaceful.
Like
almost,
maybe an orca, maybe if it thought you were a seal.
No, orcas. There's no.
But they don't really do that. I'd be more afraid of sharks. But the whale, I was like, oh, that'd be so beautiful.
There's weirdly
it'd be like seeing a unicorn. Like what a nice moment.
There's weirdly no documented attacks of or fatalities anyway of orcas on people.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny. Like we're very throwable.
Well, yeah, but
Like,
but
why not?
we're too bony, apparently.
Yeah, but to throw us around, you know.
Yeah, see, there are like no recorded wild orca attacks. Yeah.
I know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised is all. I'm not saying I don't believe it.
I think they're pretty smart.
All right.
Polly swearing with wild orcas on a school trip. That's hard to imagine.
He's lying.
No, he's not.
He's lying. Polly?
Why would he lie about that? I mean,
He's
lie.
Polly.
He lies about all kinds of things, but he wouldn't lie about
Yeah,
that.
he is. He's lying.
No survivors. Yeah, the blue whale's crazy.
Yeah, the ones in captivity.
I think the things the fear of something like a blue whale or a humpback whale even is that it'll eat you by accident, right? Like not that it
sure,
won't.
like you get sucked in.
Yeah.
When it's pulling in all the algae.
Right.
And, like,
but I don't even.
filtering
I
it.
actually think I was
Ooh,
reading that
scary.
the suction's not even that powerful. Like it doesn't.
But imagining it is pretty
Because they don't
scary.
want to be sucking in seals and giant fish and stuff, right?
Oh my God.
They don't want to do that. So they know how to not suck in the elephant that happens to be swimming in the Pacific Ocean, for example.
I mean, it could. It would just swallow it whole. Yeah, I've never thought about whales, honestly, as being scary. Like, and when I say that the first time I thought about them being scary, I didn't actually think that. It was the first time that thought entered my mind as a possibility. So I don't actually think whales are that scary because I don't, like you said, like they don't go after us.
But
Like, like they could hurt us for sure. Like, I don't know, like hit us with their tail or something and break all our bones. But I don't find them inherently scary, no matter even a blue whale.
yeah. You can
That's
imagine some James Cameron bullshit where he makes whales attack people or something, but it's not really a
Haven't you
thing.
guys seen Free Willy?
Okay, moving on. The next one is an Andean condor.
That'd be scary.
This has been a thing I've been reading about recently.
You're kind of obsessed with birds.
Yeah, birds are pretty cool. This is I guess technically one of the largest birds of prey by some measurement. There's only two birds with a bigger wingspan than the
Is it
Andean
the
condor.
Californian?
No, the California condor is smaller
It is
than the
smaller,
Andean
okay.
condor. Yeah. But you know what's really cool? This is a crazy thing I learned about. California condors almost went extinct.
Mm-hmm.
And in the 80s, they recollected every California condor. They captured every wild California condor.
All of them. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
they captured them to save them.
Right.
And kind of get their population going. But here's what's super interesting. Before they re-released, this sounds like terrifying. And before they re-released California condors, they actually moved a bunch of Andean condors into the area they were going to release them into to kind of like test what it would be like to re-release something like this in. And then they, before they re-released the California condors, they recaptured the Andean condors and took them back down to the Andes. But kind of crazy to think about them doing that. Yeah, I also have a size comparison for this thing. Here's some dude. Of course, the problem is you don't know how big this dude is. He could be Tom Cruise or he could be Yao Ming. You really don't know.
I mean, it's still...
Is he an average sized man? We don't
I
know.
think it's impressive either way.
The next slide is this man and how big he is. Just kidding. All right, anyway, here's the different birds and their wingspans. There you go. There's
I need to
the
see the box art for this Mancrusher.
there's the
I think it's on our thumbnail.
there's the Andean condor.
I
Very big, very
know.
scary.
Yeah, these birds are scary. I think this would be scary because birds have beaks and they're predators, like these types of birds, right?
Yeah.
The condors.
Well, of course they're not exactly predators. They're
Cool.
scavengers, but that doesn't mean they can't be mean. In fact,
Right.
in a lot of cases, scavengers are very mean.
Like they have talons and a big sharp beak. Like I would be afraid. Like there's nothing I can. I'd be scared.
Yeah.
Hold on. Maybe you can just tell me. Is this guy's second eye open? Like, can I paint it? What do yours look like? You guys.
No. Let's say it's closed.
Okay.
It's
You
all
have
closed.
You're lucky. I didn't get 2 eyes. I like.
Oh yeah, the harpy eagle also super big and scary. I feel like if I had to deal with an Andean condor, you could just punch them though. Is the thing. Just punching.
Harpy eagle. Yeah, that's supposed to be pretty big. Why isn't that up here?
I thought the Andean condor was kind of scary, like
Okay.
because
the harpy eagle's the biggest, isn't it? In the world?
maybe by weight or something.
Yeah,
They're
I
all
guess
like
there's
different.
like so many different ways to measure this. But yeah, what about you? Do you think it's inherently scary? Because I do.
What, big birds?
Like this big giant ass condor.
I mean,
Like
certain,
anything that. Sorry, you're right. It's not a predator.
but still.
it has like the makings of one.
Yeah, I mean, the reality is that same with the blue whale. We kind of know that these things, there aren't really large things that are known to attack humans like on a regular basis. Maybe hippos are one of the big, or maybe the most common. Hippos, rhinos often kind of go into little fits and try to intimidate you away. Grizzly bears, right? But none of these
That'd
things
be
here
terrifying.
that we've listed really are known for their attacks on humans. So I guess not, but
Okay.
conceptually it is, right?
Yeah, that's kind of what I mean.
Okay, now this guy, scary warning, after I flipped to it. This is the giant huntsman spider.
Ugh,
I was reading
horrifying.
about these a little while ago.
This makes me not want to go to Australia. That's how scared I am of it.
So the funny thing about huntsman
And
spiders,
they don't do anything. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, they are once again fairly uninterested in biting and attacking humans. The giant huntsman spider is kind of funny. I didn't realize that. When I was a kid, we had a type of spider that you could find in my backyard, and we called it a wolf spider. And I found out that it is a type of huntsman spider. It's related to this thing. And these are spiders that often don't have webs, or their closely related cousins have funnel webs. They don't have webs. They just kind of roam, and they just predate by finding. If they come upon something, they just run at it and grab it and try to eat it. This is the biggest version.
Sorry, Boris.
This is the biggest version of one of these, right? So when I was a kid growing up, they are pretty big. They were the size of like I've seen them about, I'm going to say the size of a U.S. quarter, which is kind of big, right? If you see a little running around spider.
I mean, here it's big. Like I don't want.
Right.
Yeah. And I try not to kill spiders, like even if they're inside, because they're doing their job and they're nice. Like spiders are good. I'll try to put them outside if I'm not interested in it. But usually, like, they're in the bathroom or something, and I'll be like sitting there, and I'm just like, well, I guess eventually you're gonna leave because there's nothing in here to eat. Mm-hmm. So I'll let you pass.
Right. Yeah. To see one of these in the wild would be pretty scary, or to see one in your house.
This I would smash. This I would chase. I don't know what would I chase it with? I'd just get the biggest thing next to me and start like throwing things at it. But they kind of come after you, don't they?
Yeah, I think they have a tendency to actually like lunge towards you if you.
I don't know what I would do. I'd freak out.
I don't know. Australians, what do you use?
I've heard they use the vacuum. Like they'll vacuum it up and take it outside the vacuum. I hate thinking about it.
Remember we had that squirt gun thing that was like a PVC pipe that blasted water pretty aggressively. I would honestly probably use that, but then you're blasting water. No, see, Polly, that's what. There's videos of people going after it with a broom, and it tends to like it tends to kind of like lunge at you.
I'd hide in a closet. I think I would be like, "Here's the broom, Zach. I'm hiding in this closet, and it's full of huntsmen."
Yeah.
Oh my god. Guys, okay, we gotta skip it. I'm like, this terrifies me.
I think there's one more.
This
Oh no!
type of thing would freak me out.
All right, this one
Outer
you
space,
picked.
the scariest of them all. Space freaks me out.
Yeah.
I have a podcast. It's about horror movies, and we did an episode where we all picked a movie that belonged in a different genre than what it was set at. And I picked Gravity because we talked about Gravity, and I was like, this is a horror film. I will die on that hill. It's not really, but yeah, terrified me, and space terrifies me, and I hate it. I don't ever want to go. I hope I don't live long enough to see people migrate to Mars because I don't want to do it.
Well, that almost definitely you will live long, unless anything unfortunate happens, but you almost definitely will live long enough to see people migrate to Mars.
You know what I mean. But like, yeah, I'm glad I'm going to miss that because I don't want to be a part of it.
I'm telling you, I don't think you're going to miss that.
Oh, you don't think I'm going to miss that?
No. I think we're probably
I don't want to go to Mars.
15, 20 years from that, maybe? Not even?
No, migrating? Like living there?
Migrating?
That's what I said, migrating.
I don't know, but people going, yeah, probably.
I'm not going.
Yeah, Gravity is super scary, and there's a bunch of things in Gravity. I read an article from an astronaut who talked about a lot of things that aren't real, but the astronaut actually was saying that what he really liked about the movie was that even though there were small intricacies of things that just weren't correct, like the biggest one was you can't really change orbit.
Yeah, like where the space station was versus where their ship was, like none of that is possible.
He was also saying like that accident that happened. Is also an example of something that, like, again, because of how hard it is for anything to change orbit, that I mostly probably wouldn't happen, because you could be in a position where you see that either closer to Earth or further from Earth, but it's never going to affect you. Mm-hmm. So they were anyway. He was saying just that it did a really good job of capturing kind of what it's like to be up there. And then the fact of like everything is really easy to start motion and hard to stop.
Yeah.
And that's pretty scary, right?
That is scary. The scene where she's flying away and spinning, I was like, oh, this is it. This is how she dies. I mean, obviously it's like at the beginning of the movie, so that's not true. But
right.
I was like, how does one deal with this? I'm like, this is hell. She's entered hell. Mm-hmm. She's just going to spin into oblivion forever until she runs out of oxygen.
I don't think that's hell in a way. It's,
well,
I mean,
you
could pick the moment of your death or wait it out.
I think
right?
there are different versions of hell.
I
but
suppose.
I think like being in fear up until the moment you die, it kind of sucks. Mm-hmm. Ugh, yeah, scary.
Yeah.
But like I guess judging by my reactions to these slides, the huntsman spider is the most viscerally scary. I don't even want to look at it. I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ocean is also scary. Like to me, the ocean is this. I know it's not, but equivalent to space.
Well, it might as well be.
Exactly. Like to me,
right?
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like if I'm stuck in space or in the middle of an ocean
right,
where nobody knows where you are. Ugh. Terrifying. Scary stuff, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Soups. Okay, oh, there's still more. Okay.
There's more.
Because I was confused.
This is 532 Park Avenue in New York. This is the tallest residential building in the world.
Terrifying.
I think one of the things that makes this building so scary to me is how thin it is.
Yeah.
And how high it juts above the New York skyline. Here, I'll show you, for example. Here's the other picture. So that's the Empire State Building in the middle. And then off to the far left, and of course it's a perspective issue. You can see things are further away from each other. Off to the far left is One World Trade Center. So this is like a super tall, very thin apartment building.
Yeah, no thanks.
It has sort of this brutalist design element to it. And it's just scary. For me, being on the highest levels, I was looking at the penthouse, top floor penthouse was for sale a couple years ago, and I found a webpage that showed
low price of
$169 million.
That's it?
Yeah. I was looking at pictures of this thing, the inside of it, and it's a very beautiful penthouse, but there were like these like little nooks, like where you sit by the window and like get like the view. We were like, I don't really want to sit at that window. Like if the window suddenly fell out, I would get sucked out and fall 96 stories to my death. Right? Like
I hate it.
I think the thing that makes this building so scary is, like I said, how thin it is, and you know that there's like wind up here, and I just am like, of course, you know, the architects and engineers, they know what they're doing for the most part, right? But like that for the most part is the scary part. You feel like a strong gust of wind could make this thing like wobble a little bit or something, right? Because it's just a little stick sticking up high into the sky in New York City. It's a relatively new building.
I wouldn't be able to look out the windows. Like, I'd be too... I mean, a lot of people do that, right? Like, are afraid of heights. And even just looking out the window, I would get dizzy. Like, I'd have to stand like this. Like, if I'm at the window and not look below my eye line. Ugh.
Washing those windows?
I can't. I don't... How? Oh, God.
Yeah, no, that's kind of what I was thinking. I was thinking I'd
pay
never
me
be
enough.
relaxed up there. If I was in that penthouse, the top floor.
I don't know how people do it.
Yeah.
I guess they have enough money to not be nervous.
I know a lot of people were saying it's an ugly building. I think
fine,
to some
sure.
extent it is. I think that's kind of what I love about it also. I love its design. You can see that some of the floors look a little different. These are mechanical access floors. And one thing you might notice about these floors is that the outer layer of these floors is entirely kind of open. That is glass window. But I think those floors might be some of the most interesting floors to go out on because the glass goes all the way down to the floor. Yeah, just wear a parachute whenever you're at home. So, yeah, I don't know.
Look at all the people we're triggering.
I feel like, I don't think this, unfortunately if, Meg, you and I have yet to go to New York City together. I feel like I would want to visit this building, but it has a restaurant in it. It has things in it. It actually is. It's a luxury apartment. It's very expensive to live in here. It has floor room service. Imagine your apartment having room service.
Dude, that'd be pretty cool.
It has room service. It has everything. It has an indoor pool. One of these floors is an entire indoor pool.
Yeah.
It's 96 floors. Yeah, super cool building.
I mean, maybe I would live on the first floor. I don't want to live on the top, that's for sure.
Okay, last but not least is 192 bag 192. I think it's called BAGG. This is the biggest vehicle in the world. You see little people.
Oh, there they are.
Yeah.
What?
You see some little people. Also,
this looks like the big thing in Dune, like the
spice miner.
collector.
I forgot to tell you when you edited this picture. Off to the left there.
sorry,
Off to the
yeah,
left,
I
there's
put
like
it
a
into a square.
giant dump truck.
Oh,
That is
sorry.
severely dwarfed by this vehicle
I mean,
right here.
now that you're showing me the people, like these are like little. I mean, right?
Right in the
Like,
front,
there's
in the
people
bottom
kind
left,
of-
you can see people there.
Yeah, that's not a vehicle. That's a building.
Yeah.
With wheels.
So this is, and then off to the right, you can see this what looks like a saw blade.
Yeah, this is crazy.
This is an excavator. So those things are They're scoops. It's a mining equipment. It's German made, and actually, it's in Germany, and it scoops up stuff as an excavator does. Mm-hmm. So they're not actually saw blades, even though it kind of looks like that. And then it dumps it onto a conveyor belt, which takes it up towards the middle. There's other conveyor belts sticking out.
I hate it.
And,
I mean, this isn't as scary though to me. I like. There's not as much at stake here. It's just a big truck, I guess.
Guess how many people are involved in the crew of this?
2.
That's a really good guess. Why did you guess 2?
Because I figured you were.
You want to do
messing
you
with
want to
me.
do the thing where someone's like, it's a really crazy number,
I figured.
and
you
then
were
I'll
going crazy in the
undercut
other
it.
way.
I'll undercut it.
No,
Okay,
I
no,
figured you were going crazy in the other way because
No.
the way you did the setup.
no, yeah, I
Cut
thought
me a little slack here. Yeah, 11,700 people.
no. It's 5.
It's 5.
So
okay.
you did that. We did that thing where
Shit.
your guess was
That's crazy.
even more ambitious than the real number,
I'm
thus
sorry.
thus blunting the impact of the actual information.
I ruin everything.
And well, okay, but to that end, only one driver. The other 4 people are, I guess, managing like the excavator and the other components of it. Pretty cool, though, huh?
That is pretty cool and terrifying. But not as terrifying as space or the Huntsman spider.
Thanks, Saray. Saray guessed 40. See, that was like a normal guess, I would
Okay,
think.
sorry. Then maybe you should marry Saray.
Scaries for you, Meg, is space or the spider?
Probably. Well, space I think is objectively scarier, but the spider, because it's like I actually might see one day, and that's scary.
The spider, you pretty much know you're going to make it out alive.
Yeah.
But the space, you know, it's maybe you're like, oh, I might not.
Now listen, I have to get up for a second because I need to pee.
Oh,
I'm gonna pee my pants if I don't pee.
that's different.
It sucks. I know. I hate it. I've been holding it, and I'm like, I can't do it.
I don't want you to have to do that.
Pee my pants or go pee at all.
Hold it.
Yeah, I don't want to either. Okay, you're on your own, buddy.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we're going to close the poll here in about 4 minutes. Get your vote in. We're going to take this vote very seriously. Again, don't yell at me if you remember this vote a few months from now when we do our next 2v2 and it's not what we it's not what you vote on. That probably means there was a scheduling issue, like we couldn't get the right person, the right team together to do that exact matchup on a particular day. But we will close it. Okay, Greenskins versus Vampires, a front runner right now for sure. Hard to imagine anything beating it with 37 votes in here. But if you really want to see something else, let me know. And of course, you know, whatever wins second place, you know, we'll think about that as well. You could be voting for the backup in case we can't do the first one. Now, the cool thing also about doing Mancrushers right now, as folks at home know, is that we got some cool new regiments of renown in Age of Sigmar. And one of them is just taking a Mancrusher Gargant. So we'll hopefully have 3 Mancrusher Gargants finished here shortly in the next few days. And we can take them on stream. I think some factions will benefit. I think it'd be cool to take one in KO. Saray, I know you're there. I know we talked about the Bone Reaper's army, but for a fraction of the cost, you can get a big stupid Gargant to run around and do things until he gets killed.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm only human, after all.
How's your Gaigong mech?
Good. I'm working on the face.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, I did his eyeball already. Sorry. There it is. I wonder how close I can get. There's his little face. Yeah, so I'm going to go in with more red and pull out more highlights around his face and maybe his nips. Ooh. But yeah. Yeah, and then I threw some yellow on his horn, so I'm kind of cleaning that up a bit. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, Mancrushers, Pat, are maybe a little bit more like Armigers, as opposed to a full knight. That would probably be like more equivalent to a Gargant, a Mega Gargant. These guys have not too many wounds.
No? How many?
12?
Okay, that makes sense to me. Twice as bad as a Croxagore. That sounds fair. For a Gargant, for like a giant.
Yeah,
baby or
they're
whatever.
not that hard to kill. 12, they have no ward. They have a 5 up save, I think.
Mm-hmm.
They go down pretty quick. But they do a lot of damage. And they are control 10.
Right. Oh, are they?
And they
Okay.
move 10 inches, yeah.
Okay. So they're just weaker Beast Claw Raiders.
They're cheaper too, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're not. I don't think they're as good as a Stonehorn. But you can't just
No.
add a Stonehorn to your KO army.
How sad, I ran out of coffee. I want more coffee. Okay. Red. You know, nobody called out, like we showed the blueprint for Rat Moe's, and nobody called out, this is why you have 2 coffees. I know, I had a whole pot of coffee, Polly, but I went through it. The notes. you wrote your blueprint on. They were just like random notes
Oh,
of
yeah.
stuff you needed to do, which I thought was pretty funny. But nobody noticed it.
Maybe they were just trying to be polite.
Maybe. Or maybe they weren't paying attention to all of our gags. Okay. I get it. I'm not funny. I've said this before.
All right, closing the poll. Meg, looks like we're doing...
Closing the poll.
Looks like you're going to be in the next big game too, Meg.
Okay, I figured.
Greenskins
So I'll play
versus
vampires.
vampires.
I said that, Polly.
Close the poll. It goes away forever with our new setup. It's a new feature.
There we go, Saray.
So hurry up and finish those iron jaws.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Yeah, this is super subtle. I'll probably add some of the orange into it, actually, the cadmium. So it's not as super subtle right now.
And what is it that you're doing? Just kind of highlighting the face up a bit more?
I want to bring out details around the eyes and stuff so that you look there first, you know?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. This is great, actually. I really like painting this model. I love how it's all skin.
Gargants are a lot of fun to paint, yeah.
And even the stuff on it is not that bad. It's like leather, a bit of fabric. There's very little metal. There's this, right? I'm gonna phone that one in because I don't care. But yeah, if you like painting like organic stuff, it's a nice little project.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Mancrushers especially. The other Gargants are going to start to get too big.
Nah, we were talking about this at dinner last night. Devin was there.
Mm-hmm.
Those of you who remember Devin, got him in our streams, and he's taught a couple mandrel workshops. He was like, I don't know what to do with all that skin. It's too much skin. I was like, oh, right. Some people don't do this. And I was like, that's how I feel when I look at a tank. I'm like, oh my God, this is all just metal paneling and bleh.
Well, Devin loves weathering,
He
right?
does, right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, eh. That's the part where I'm like, meh, whatever. But yeah, that's like that's some people's bags, right? But definitely Gargants, Giants, like this is my bag, like stuff to paint. I'm enjoying it. I really like doing the skin, like just figuring out the skin.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how I was saying this, Saray did all his Varengard and Knights, the variations. Like, it would be so cool to just do the same thing with these little baby Gargants. Each one's a different color scheme. Like, okay, we're going to try this one today. We're going to try this one, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Devin. And your clutch. Yeah, that's fair. So am I nominating myself for that? I mean...
Well, we'd have to have a lot of Gargants.
If we get the Gargants for it, if you know, we're not going to go out and buy 1 million of these because we don't need them. It's on our wish list. So if you guys felt like it. But I think that would be a fun project to do. Like just, we're going to have different skin tone videos for a bit.
Basically, in their lore, these guys are in this subordinate position to Mega Gargants. In their culture, they call underfoot. Their culture is centered around feet a lot. And
Okay.
so you kind of
motherfuckers.
when you make an army, you do have to start with, these are basically the only non-hero unit in the army. So all the actual Gargants themselves, the Mega Gargants, are heroes. But they all unlock.
I guess depending on who you talk to.
They all unlock these guys. So it is fair to say that you can take a fair amount of these guys in a Gargant army, but I think really you don't. And frankly, they do a ton of damage, because you get 3 of them, whereas with a Mega Gargant you just get 1. Mm-hmm. So even though he has maybe higher damage or whatever, he's more vulnerable to missing. These guys are a little more reliable because you get so many attacks with 3 of them.
Oh, yeah. Fair.
It makes sense, right?
Yeah. show feet. I mean, yeah, 1 second. 1 second. Yeah, this is the foot stream. Oh, yeah. There we go. Now let me add the toenails.
Are you gonna do the toenails all yellowed and stuff?
Of
Or
course.
browned and
We're going to
gross?
start with yellow. Yeah, I get a little fungus in there.
I'm trying to see how your pants came out.
They're clean.
No, those pants on him.
Yeah.
Pants is a strong word. Are they? Is that it?
I mean, that's pretty close
Pretty
to
close,
it. Like, there's
okay.
like little things I'm going
You
to...
did a wash and then a stippling.
That's
you
it.
Said? Okay.
That's all I did, yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
What's interesting?
Oh, the process on the pants.
Oh. It was easy. I kept it easy for myself. I just need to do like these little ties. I think maybe I'll do brown for the ties. Since the pants are bright.
Ah, stretching.
Yeah, sorry. I'd love to do like a series of videos just about skin colors, just playing with palettes. I follow a lot of makeup, or I shouldn't say a lot, a few makeup companies, like the, you know, the not the major brand, like the vegan, you know, they do like makeup batches at home, that kind of thing. And they do that, like, you know, every day it's like, oh, here's our palette, here's how we've played with the colors today. Different look. And I'm like, oh, that'd be kind of cool. I kind of envision something like that, but for skin. Yeah. Here's some color combos we tried. Because I was enjoying the process of airbrushing all the skin on these.
Yeah.
All right, let's add some crust. Can I see Rhinox hide, please? Thanks. Before that, let me do this. This. Rainbow. It wouldn't necessarily be rainbow soups, just any skin color combo. Let's make it look a little real. Oh my god, there's so much room here for like nail art.
Yeah. The Mancrushers are really good for that. I should I don't actually remember how I did King Broad's toes.
No.
King Broad was a lot of fun to paint, though. I do remember that.
I bet. So much space. Like Nagash for me was very fun to paint.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. I like a model where you can take the time to actually go into detail on its freaking toenails. What? Cool.
Well, it'll be fun to have an old world reenactment of vampires versus orcs and goblins.
Yep. Oops, just what everyone wanted. Oh.
Now, Meg, we live on the 3rd floor. Is that too? Are we too high up? Have you gotten used
I mean,
to
if
it?
there was, yeah, it's fine. When I look over the edge, though, I do freak out that like somebody will push me or something will make me fall and I'll fall over. Like I just always have that fear. Like anytime I'm looking over an edge or looking down, my fear is always like either what I'm holding on to breaks and I fall, or somebody comes behind me and is like, ha ha, and pushes me, which in this case would be you. So it's not a real.
It could be Saray.
It's totally unfounded. Well, he's not usually here.
He's here a lot. It could be Saray or Holly even.
What's the matter with you?
You don't think they're capable of?
I don't know why you're putting that thought into my head. Now I have to worry about them next time they're over. Great.
I had to worry about Holly.
That's what she'll do.
Grabbing you by your ankles and just tilting you up.
Yeah. and I have to like stabilize. I get nervous. Like, yeah.
Both of our cats fell off of our 3rd story.
They did, but they're cats. They're all right.
It was pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Meg, do you have Reglin Fleshade? Is that what you're using right now? Or that's Agrax Earthshade?
Then no. I did borrow it, but I put it back. Is this it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Sorry. How's yours going?
Pretty
You
good.
have two,
I just
yeah.
finished the base coats on the pants.
Okay.
And now I'm going to do a little wash, and then I'm going to just stippling like you did. Let's see if how Reiklin looks here.
Okay, yeah.
I know,
Sorry,
pretty
that'll
much
be
Liberty.
great. I borrowed it, but I put it back 2 seconds later. Is this it? Yeah. Saray, you show me how you do it. I time is just very hard for me to come by. I need to get this going. I did like a little Lumineth recording. I have not come. It's like for a minute of content. I have not had a second to like go back and be like, okay, well, how do I turn this into a short? Terrible. I'm a terrible content creator. Okay, let's come back with the cadmium. Done with the toes. Okay. I don't think I want to go full orange. Just gonna mix it with some red. All right, Polly is working on Amazon's how to paint the skin. What color is Amazon's skin normally? Is it just like standard human skin, or is the lore different for them? Do you know, Zach?
I don't.
No, okay.
It's like a Blood Bowl team.
Yeah. I mean, skin on the smaller models is easy. Depends on, easy is not the right word, but like how detailed do you want to get? I don't usually want to get very detailed with non-minis like this, right? Small ones. I'll usually do like a color, a wash, the original color dry brushed over the wash in the highlight areas, and then maybe like a couple spots of a brighter color.
Yeah.
And that's about it. I mean, you guys saw how many colors I put into the skin. That was way more fun for me, just keeping it mixed up, building up layers. And I've gotten to the point where I kind of know what it's going to look like. Like when I'm picking out my colors, I can be like, okay, it's going to do this, and then it's going to do this, and then and I've gotten pretty good at that. So, that's pretty cool.
Knowing, what do you mean? Like knowing?
Like as I'm picking out my colors, knowing how they're going to interact with each other.
I see.
And what the end result's going to look like.
I see.
Yeah, I've gotten better at that.
I'm enjoying the way that Reichland Fleshshade looks over this AK Black Red. Mm-hmm. Wasn't sure it would work.
Did you want me to show anything for you?
In a bit here. He's getting close to... And then I need to do the stippling on the leather here. You had kind of suggested dark brown leather, which is what I've done. But I did mine a little... It's reddish as well, which is something I've been wanting to go for on this model.
This brush is on its last legs, I feel like.
Yeah, and of course you can do that with Gargants, Dan, also, which is kind of cool. Like, I was looking at the rules for the different Gargants last night that you can add to armies. Because you can add Mega Gargants to armies, too.
Oh, I love that.
They're mercenaries. And it's each type of Gargant tends to align with a Grand Alliance. So it's like a Death Gargant, a Chaos Gargant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to paint a Death one.
That's the one with like the mask over his head.
Yeah, he looks cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of how I would kit bash it too. I really want to highlight, bring out Death even more.
Well, we have so many bits for all of our
know,
Death
I
armies
know.
because
But
we
I'm trying
have
to
like
think
all
of-
the Death armies.
I know, but I want a concept in mind before I start doing that.
I see. Okay. Let's do some fan stuff.
Oh, right. Those people.
Yeah,
The people
we
that
have
keep us going.
we have good fan stuff. This is Filippo right out of the
Hey,
gate.
Filippo. Thanks for submitting.
He's working on his rats.
Yeah, these are pretty.
Yeah.
I love this, again, with the watery, wintry bases. It's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Do you guys see how he does like the color underneath the water, and he's got like a gradient here.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so pretty. Really makes the rats pop. And there's there's there glow coming from the gun itself, or is the water reflecting on the underside?
Oh, I don't know. I think it's
could
the
be
water. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways, it's really pretty.
Really cool,
Nice
great color
contrast
scheme.
with
We
the
know
orange.
Filippo's an amazing painter.
Mm-hmm.
He's moving around to different armies. It's very fun. He takes good pictures
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, super cool. Great work, Filippo.
Thanks, Filippo.
Moving on, this is Tactile Sun.
Tactile Sun.
Yeah, another one of his very
So
stylistic Tactile Sun.
Yeah.
Classic Tactile Sun.
This guy.
Yeah.
Who is this character?
I don't
again?
know. I
Is
don't think it's not a Sigmar model.
No. He was. I know the last model he did said it was like something that he dug out that he got as a kid. So I assume this might be one of those two, but I don't know because I don't know every line of models.
It's a Reaper
there
model.
There we go,
he
Reaper.
says, yeah.
There we go. So I was wrong.
It looks like it's like an
Why you
NPC.
don't ask me.
Or you could use it, I guess, as your character if you wanted to. Yeah, it kind of looks like a priest or something.
It's pretty.
Yeah. Very nice
And
work.
I always like his striking photos.
Yeah, good photo too. Really nice stuff. This is our very own Devin. Devin, is this
This
the
is
model?
cute.
Is this the model you said you primed over and redid and started over again? He was telling us last night at dinner that he got pretty
yeah.
far on something and he didn't like it, and so he just primed back over it and started over.
That's what one does.
No, okay, good. I was hoping that you didn't repaint this one because this one looks great. He's working on these dogs from the Wildercore from Cities of Sigmar, and they look great. It's a good model.
It's really cute.
And
I like the little diorama.
The
he gave
diorama.
It intensifies the cuteness of the dog.
Right.
Yeah.
Not really the type of dog you'd want to come upon in the woods either.
No?
No, like it's scary. It's a pit bull.
Is it? That doesn't look like a pit bull to me.
What is it then?
No, it looks like a mastiff.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I guess, yeah, they're big. They're big heads.
Nice tree.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Really nice, yeah. This is Boris cranking out more Outriders.
Oh, yeah, there's that white
And
again.
the ATV. My favorite.
Your favorite what?
My favorite Primaris vehicle,
Okay.
at least. I love the ATV. A lot of people hate it,
It's very pretty.
but I like it. I just wish the ATV was on a base.
Oh, that's right. They don't do that.
Well, sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. Even bikes
Interesting.
being on bases is kind of new.
That's weird.
Yeah.
How do you? Well, okay.
You just make contact with the model. Yeah, it's not great. But the ATV would look so much better if they made rules for it and put it on the base. But it already looks amazing to me.
There's no rules for this?
No, there's rules for it.
Oh.
I'm saying like it should be on a base, honestly,
Okay.
in my opinion.
Got it. Fair, but the paint job is beautiful.
The paint job's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love his Outriders. He's done a few before, and yeah, I love these. This is, oh my gosh, who is this? Oh, this is D. This is Godforge.
Oh yeah.
Which we don't see a lot of D's
I
work.
know.
So he's in Hobby
this
Hang a lot, but we don't.
Grim dark.
Yeah, these are.
Are they heresy?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think these
Look
are
at me.
heresy.
Look at me knowing the
Yeah,
difference.
well, yeah, good eye. Yeah, they're extra grim dark. They've got that heresy styling of not being very bright. What faction is this, folks? What chapter is this? Word bearers.
Word.
Word bearers.
It's not world bearers.
World eaters.
Oh, okay.
And
Jeez.
word bearers.
Jesus, Meg.
Yeah. Yeah, really nice stuff.
All this time I thought like people saying word eaters or word whatever it is was a joke. Jesus.
These are just custodies? Oh, interesting. Okay. I didn't know that. Oh, I do. D does have custodies, so that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, these look great.
Yeah. D, it's nice to see you post stuff.
Yeah.
I hope you post more. It's nice. And D also does a lot of 3D printing. So, what was he saying? Alternate printed heads. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. He runs a business around it, so yeah.
Yeah, so if you ever have questions about 3D printing, D's your guy.
Godforge in the.
Godforge D, yeah.
in the
Wagyu
server.
beef right now, I think at the moment. Is
Okay.
the nickname he's given himself.
Okay. Great. That's it. Small fan stuff
small
today.
this time. So it was quick. Yeah. Oh, hello.
Back to you here.
Back to this. How's it going? How's it going, Meg?
This is where my guy's at too. I can kind of show.
back.
I mean, it's nothing too special. I washed his pants. I'm about to do the stippling on it. But I like these colors coming out here.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are gonna look cool together. Having two of these and one of him. Yeah,
Little friends.
it's gonna look like a cool unit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what you do.
they kiss
You
all
make
the
them
time.
kiss,
Yeah, the brothers too.
Yeah, make the brothers
Yeah,
kiss.
the brothers
People like
kiss
that.
each other. Yeah, it's all weird.
What was I doing? Oh, right. What?
I don't know.
What I do?
Our stupid jokes that are funny.
Zach, are we gonna hobby hang today? I kind of want to hobby hang.
Yeah, I think
today.
so. It
I-
feels like a
I
good
wanna
day.
paint.
I want to I'm going to tell everybody that I owe things for in their armies. Like John and Brett to just fuck off. I'm going to paint
Well-
I'm painting Deepkin today, man. Especially now that Deepkin have to be what I take to LVO. And
Yeah.
also,
Were you still not sure if you were gonna take them? Because I had thought like
I was leaning towards it, but then also I found out that LVO is like tomorrow, basically.
LVO is tomorrow.
LVO basically is like tomorrow.
So if you're not ready today with your army, you might as well just.
I'm in
quit.
this weird spot with the Deepkin where I've been working on all of the different units and jumping around a lot. So I need to kind of coalesce and finish a couple things. The two Eidolons are very close. But then also I have all these little bits and stuff to put on their bases. And I've done all the plants, but I haven't done the sea creatures yet. So I have a bunch of little sea creatures I'm adding. And I haven't done all those guys yet. I need to do that. Man, I was also like, people have been talking about the Leviathan, and the Leviathan's kind of good. And I was like, can I fit a Leviathan in my list? What if I take out the two sharks and Lotan?
Not Lotan.
Yeah, and it's 10 points over. And I'm like, God damn it. If I do that. So it looks like no Leviathan for me at LVO. I'll be sticking with my original list. But the two sharks are kind of the furthest behind. The riders have some progress on them, but not the sharks themselves, other than being built and primed. But so I need to move it on this army.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to get to play it a little bit over Christmas too, on the channel.
Oh yeah, we're gonna Zach and I are home for Christmas, so we're just gonna be streaming and hanging out.
We're still trying to figure out our holiday schedule. We'll post it
show
up
you guys
pretty soon when we know.
But we're planning on just basically spending our break with you guys. We're not doing anything.
The Leviathan.
If you guys aren't busy.
Yeah, the Leviathan is the turtle, and I'm excited to paint him. And my plan has always kind of been to do wave 1 of the cavalry, the Achelians, and the 2 Eidolons. Then do like an intermediate wave of just the Leviathan by himself, and then after that hit the Namardi. Start doing the Namardi, which are the foot characters and the thrall type guys and the reavers and everything, which I'm excited to get to. I love me a good horde army, so I'm kind of excited about Deepkin Horde.
Yeah. Man, I do not like hordes.
No?
Well, they're just not fun to move around or paint. I'm not into painting hordes.
Most armies can be a horde army too, which is what's kind of crazy. Not Gargants. Not really ogre. Well, ogres, I guess you could with Noblars, but nobody would do that. Okay, good start here in the leather.
Yeah. I guess we should remind everybody what the theme is.
It's what looks like after sibling. I need to clean it up a little bit more.
Okay.
The theme. Oh, for Crowing Fort.
Crowing Fort.
Talking
Yeah.
about
Oh,
Crowing
that looks great. Look at that. That's lovely.
Yeah, it needs a little cleanup.
It looks very meaty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
good.
they've just made it. It's
Yeah,
fresh.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks great.
A matte varnish will help a lot too.
Yeah.
Citadel washes put a weird kind of sadin.
Oh, sure.
Sadinness on things.
But I like it. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, we should talk about the challenge really quick.
Yes.
And then also our upcoming Mandrill class that we have planned. Yeah.
If you are new, we have
new.
1 month left of our monthly challenge. Doesn't mean you can't jump in and take part of it, because it kind of resets every month. We are doing a monthly challenge where you post a finished piece. So probably you're going to be posting this in hobby finished, depending on what makes sense in the Discord. The important thing is that you give it the hashtag crowing for it. Crowing here for Castellan Crow, the Grey Knight Inquisitor Psyker in the 41st Millennium universe.
Is that what that is?
Here's our mod Soups as Castellan Crow. He's the one
what he looks like.
wrangling this for us. If you win for a month, you get 1, a fancy colored Discord title. That's pretty much cool
really all
in
you
and of
need.
itself. 2, maybe the most exciting part, you get creative control over 1/12 of this model. So this model is almost done at this point. We're waiting on the last step here. And somebody at the end is actually going to get to win this model. I also sent out a physical prize. Rashawn finally got his, which is, I don't want to spoil what the physical prize is. I've been sending out the same physical prize all year round. Everybody kind of loves it. I think. They tell me they do. And then, like I said...
we do, and that's why we're sending it to you.
Exactly. Like I said, someone's going to actually get this model. This model looks less goofy than you would imagine. It looks less whimsical. And frankly, it's looking like pretty cool. Like, if you played against this model, you wouldn't be like, what Pokemon bull crap is this? You would be
Jesus.
like, this looks cool. You'd be like, what's going on? You'd be like, that's interesting looking, or that's cool looking. But it looks great. Soups is doing an amazing job with it. We have a theme every month. Our final theme is crowing all out.
Clearly.
The themes are to be interpreted by you as you see fit. We've had some good winners.
Oh, definitely. We've had 11.
We've had
We've had
11
11
good
good
winners.
winners,
Yeah. And we are digging the entries. Some
Yeah.
cool stuff has been
It is fun.
materializing over the year.
Yeah.
Where are you at, Meg?
Where am I at? I'm pretty much done with, I hate saying it, but I think I'm pretty much done with the skin. Like, that's the part I want to work on. I'm cleaning up the horns. I was about to.
Okay.
And then it's like, what's left? Fabric. I think I'm going to paint his loincloth probably like a blue.
Like a turquoise would look super cool.
Yeah, something like that. And then, what else? He's got some armor, I guess. So I'm going to pull that out with metallic, like true metallics, and again, phone it in a bit. This thing. And then I have to paint these sad people, which is sad. So yeah, I'm like in memoriam. Yeah, so I'm at a good spot. I'm at a good spot to stop, I guess. Like I said, I wanted to finish cleaning up the horns. But other than that, yes, I am at a good place to stop. What about you?
I am. Well, I've got two of these guys. I'm doing. One of my guys does have kind of a loincloth thing. The other one is just it has his ball sack visible, his bulge. So I need to do the other pair. I need to wash the other pair of pants. I'm working on the loincloth that's visible right now. I want to make it like a vermilion, kind of like a little more vibrant red. And then the other cool thing is there's scales. I can show you here, Meg, on there. And I think I'm going to do those turquoise.
Okay, cool. So that'll
Kind of
match,
tie
yeah.
in, a little bit.
Nice. Okay.
I like the proximity color palette of like these reds and turquoises and whites and creams and ivories and stuff.
Right. Like they're not identical to each other, but they're using the same ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very excited to get some Gargants on our table.
I am. I'm definitely playing them. I don't think anyone else wants to. Obviously, I will share, but I don't.
Playing the army?
Nobody,
No,
yeah,
I don't think so.
Nobody else has brought it up.
I would play them if I needed to. I've played them before. They're fun. But I'm happy to not be the Gargants guy. I have plenty of other armies. But I'm even just happy
I need
to
to get better at Beast Claw Raiders so I can be the Beast Claw girl.
Yeah, it's a fun army too. I'm happy to never play it again, but
Still pretty green with it.
yeah.
As witnessed. I'm having a hard time with this, getting this to look how I want it. But I know we're coming up on time.
Yes.
So we can stop whenever Zach wants.
Yeah, I'm at a good place to stop here. I've got work on his loincloth to do, and I need to do this guy's armor, or this guy's leather as well. Fun. We did it, Meg.
Yeah, pretty much.
Great stuff.
progress.
Great stuff. We will be in Hobby Hang later today. We'll probably eat some lunch or something here.
Probably.
And be in a bit later today. Tomorrow we have a members only AOS game. Me, Meg, and John will be there. I don't actually know what everyone's playing yet. I'm gonna see what John wants to play, and then him and I will figure it out, adjust accordingly. We have a stream Wednesday.
We have a stream tomorrow for members. We have a stream Wednesday, like normal.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're back on our normal schedule.
Yeah.
We also, I want to remind everybody, have this coming up on January 5th for our mandrels and people who are top talkers and top texters in our Discord. Cody is a painter, but also a personal trainer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. And it's a good time of year. It's when it's not necessarily, a resolution thing, but this is kind of when people start thinking about, okay, new year, new me.
Yeah.
Let me kickstart some new habits, and that's kind of what this is about. Getting some new good habits for yourself. I'm definitely going to be checking this out. because I'm in that frame of mind as well. I go through it in cycles over and over again. So yeah, a lot of concept talking and setting goals for the year. And then we're planning on doing some follow-ups so that Cody can help be your accountability buddy.
Just remember that if you are a mandrill, these are free. And,
Yeah.
you know, cannot stress the value enough in some of these classes of being able to ask somebody who is a professional directly a question and they get an answer back.
Yeah.
Yes, of course, YouTube, you know, we're on YouTube right now. YouTube has made it, you just saw Meg do a red skin tone. You know, actually, we didn't really show how, you did show how you did it, right? But we're not super in a position to take questions here like that, although we can. But to be able to ask a professional a question face-to-face, essentially, and get an answer back, it might be unique to your situation that somebody on YouTube is not answering. So you're saying, oh, yeah, I do want to do more training and more fitness stuff. And you watch YouTube videos on it, and you're kind of cobbling together information. Mm-hmm. Whereas if you can just ask directly a question, you know, how much cardio should I be doing versus weight training to somebody like Cody, it's invaluable, essentially.
Yeah. And there's a good group of you in our Discord who are into this topic, so hopefully you take advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. And then we'll this next year coming up, we will of course have more hobby workshops, and I think maybe we can wrangle Pat into teaching some more cooking classes.
Yes, I did talk to Pat already. Yeah. Okay. With that said, we did it.
We did.
Be kind to each other. Be kind to yourselves. Always be creating. See you, folks.
Bye.